I forgot yesterday. One is that old translucent bucket there. That has been around forever. It's gotten brittle. That has actually been our Dunkin' bucket for hot stuff in this shop pretty much since the shop was built, believe it or not. That's how long that bucket's been around. Edge got cracked on it. It's set over here for years. And yesterday I made the decision to tell number one when she decided to go fill it, because the dogs drink it. I very rarely have any Dunkin' water. They usually drink it all down. I said, why don't you find them another bucket? Because inevitably that thing ends up with that rough edge where it's been broke off. Well, they end up leaning over right there. That ain't good on their necks. You know, I mean, that could be what caused Rainey an issue. I don't know. I gotta fix the sticker. One little spot wasn't stuck to the window. And there you go for a morning. It's kind of like there is a fog bank. You can just barely make out those trees. You can see them better on camera. I can barely see the tops of those trees because the fog's there. Clear sky above. Oh, we see what we get. It rained most of the night. Here's the other thing I forgot to show you last night. Right there. Sticker came in the mail. Put it on yesterday. Thomas Farms, TN. Go check him out. Pretty nice guy. He got those stickers made up, and he got a bunch of them sent out to people. Me, stupid. I mean, forgetful, whatever. Matt Stewart showed taking his out of the envelope in a video yesterday, so go check his out. Yeah, maybe he's going to get that put on his toolbox today. He was talking about it. Said he had to clean off a spot for it. So I got him beat because mine was stuck to the window yesterday about noon. So, and you know where I'm going this morning. Too bad you can't see it as you're head on with the Versatile. Till I turn and get lost over here trying to find the first light switch. What do? Reach past it. There's the light switch. And Rainey's had mouse farts something fierce lately, so I'm guessing they're getting into him. Since I disturbed them after we made feed the other day, it seems like they're getting into him a little better. Well, if they're getting mice or rats or what, I just know they get underneath the pallets in here and the dogs can't get to them. And, don't notice near as many in some parts of the barn. Mom's been on my ass to get some traps or something in the back barn. Stinking squirrels came in, and I think the squirrels are all pretty much gone now, but now she's got rats back there. Dogs get a few every day, she says. So, and hey, today's the day I feed that old cow her last her last meal. She's going to have a nice breakfast. She'll get her, I don't know how many pounds, let's see, she'll get her probably about 5 or 8 pounds of some really nice grain. And tomorrow the rest of these can get a little bit more because she won't pig. She usually takes the second hole down. And whether anybody's beside her or not, being an older cow and a long neck, she can reach quite a ways to each side, and she does. Hopefully the whole barn gets bedded today too, like it's supposed to be getting done for the last month. But anyway, there's almost 5 minutes of nothing. Nothing but the next project sitting there. But I gotta get the first one done first. I wasn't going to get this because I didn't think I'd be able to because the fog and all. This is, I don't know, 45 minutes later. I've got the camera tipped way back so it'll show color. And it's not showing. Hey, it's kind of like that engine. Doesn't show near as dark as it is. And I really don't think I can tip it back far enough and still show it. But, yeah. Beautiful Sunday morning sunrise. And if you noticed, here we are in December, and I'm pointed that way. Now let's do a little reference. That is straight south. That is straight east. If you've seen some of the sunrise videos from the summer, they were from that way. That's a long ways across the sky. Uh-oh, somebody's up. Outside light came on. I think it's dark. So, here you go, Wade. Through the trees, and really no hills between here and where the sun is at this point, but at least silhouette the trees. Ah! Diesel mechanic's going to be a smoker mechanic. I went to light it, and just in here, like about right there, is where the air vent is. And that's where the flame comes from. So it's plugged between there and the burner. So I'll see if we can get it out and get it cleaned up. And with the exception of getting a hole done here to get to the bolt that'll be there, this is almost done. Ooh, I left a burr there. I still got to do a little grinding, I guess. But I'm going to fill that burnout hole. I spent probably an hour with the cutoff wheel getting in on the other side up in here, because you can't get in with a grinder, getting the goobers out of there. So it's almost ready to go on the engine, at least to get started before I paint it, make sure it's going to fit, But in the meantime, I got, I don't know, probably fill that thing up about 5 to 6 times with the amount of meat that I was going to smoke today. And then find out after everything's cleaned up it ain't working. Yay. Fun. Got the plasma out and recut my hole for the bolt. Oblonged it so it was easier. Forgot to cut that hole so we get to the bolt. Yeah, I had to get it out again. Obviously our angles are different, which I'm not sure what to do about that, but probably be able to just tighten her down and let the rubber give. That's what I'm hoping. Took us a while. We actually got it centered and bolts are in pretty much right. So now I'm almost ready to set that up on the sawhorse, and then I can unclamp this and figure out my hydraulic mount. But I might get that mount ready to go first. I don't know. We'll see. And something else going on today. Right there is the other half of what Becky brined up, and just salt and brown sugar. That's all tenderized ground steak. Had to do a little work on this thing to make it work earlier, and it's working. It's not done yet. It's too damp yet. But, yeah, it's been sitting there just below 200. I think there's some junk in the line or something. Usually I have trouble keeping this thing cold enough. Oh, and I haven't checked my chips for a while. They might not be. No, they're still there. They should be smoking. Probably not getting enough heat to the chips. I don't know, but it's coming out. And that bowl there is filled with what I got brined up last night, which is in the rest of the juice from what Becky did, plus a few other things. And somewhere I have a good recipe. But As most of you know, we live in a 37-foot fifth wheel, and the rest of our worldly belongings are, part of them are in a grain bin and part of them are in a 40-foot container. That recipe is somewhere in that container, along with the meat slicer and everything else that we would usually use. So it's been a few years since I've done any jerky. Not that I don't know how to do it. It's a matter of time and getting everything together. So hoping to get done what I got. I was really hoping, usually it's only an hour to an hour and a half and it's done, but thicker cuts and a little different. So, you know, it all makes a difference. It's going to be even worse when I get to what I did, because it was all out of roasts and trying to trim the fat, trim the gristle out. You end up with all kinds of thicknesses, and most of them are like finger sized, but I got a few that are really thin, and I mean, they're going to cook quick. But anyway, I've been fighting this sucker pretty much all day, plus, say, taking care of that and getting that thing to work. Not real sure why there's not a lot of smoke coming now. It was smoking pretty good earlier. Already tried some. I mean, it's cooked. It just isn't dried down. And it's 10 minutes to 2 now, and it's been in there since 11 o'clock. Usually say, I got to check it every 15, 20 minutes, and I go crazy trying to keep from burning it. This time around, it's, of course, usually we don't use the brine she used, and there was a lot of brown sugar, so, you know, being tenderized meat, it soaked up a lot of that. But I can attest, it is good. Ron can attest to that too, but he's off helping number 1 right now. And number 2 and Nick just headed to town to the processor with 2 steers and that cow, so that's the other thing we've been doing for the last hour, was getting them loaded up. Of course, the steers wanted to be jackasses, especially one of them. Took all 3 dogs and 2 kids out in the mud trying to get that one back in the barn because he snuck his way out. At least the cow was easy. She came right out along the barn, right into the alley and right up to the chute. She was even right into the trailer. She didn't even mess around. So anyway, like most of my plans, I'm a little behind yet. And that was such a pain in the ass to get that sucker in the right spot that I'm really not looking forward to taking it off to paint it. But, you know, I got to get this other stuff done too. So anyway, this might be the end of it. Be a long enough video for you. So thank you for watching. If you haven't done so yet, please hit the like button and subscribe if you'd like. That'd be appreciated. And, hey, this year's just damn near over with. Just a few more days and we're done with it. And I hope to God that 2021 is better. Thought 2019 was bad. 2020 ended up as bad or worse. So, anywho, I'll leave you with a decent shot, some green pasture and a bunch of wet. The way it rained almost all night last night. But it's been like this pretty much all day, so. Except for this morning, you already saw that. Nice fog bank and then a pretty sunrise, so. Thanks for watching, everybody.